Hi everybody, welcome to EduTap and also welcome to another video on agriculture and rural development current affairs series that is currently going on for the NABARD Grade 2025 examination. What is the aim of this series? So that whatever news that are associated with ARD, you can get to know about it, and from that directly multiple choice questions can be asked, or sometimes some news are like such which you can beautifully use in the descriptive answer writing. And not only that, some news that would help you to understand like what are the things that are going on in the agriculture sector, right? These things help you to get interested in this particular field, and definitely such things can be added in your interview, right? So these are like those wholesome series, and today we have top 3 news, two of which are related to the modernization of agriculture usage or incorporation of technology in India, right? So two particular news are based on that, and one is about how the government they take care of that the consumers they can have any crop at affordable price, right? So it is somewhat associated with it. We will look at it one by one, starting off first news where Krishi Viksit Krishi Sankalp Abhiyan has been launched. So Abhiyan is basically the program that has been launched. Abhiyan means any program. Okay. Viksit means what? Viksit means developed. Okay. Krishi is your farmer, and Sankalp means oath. So basically, you can say like it's kind of a oath where the aim is to, or the aim of the program is that the farmers they can be developed. So what will be done under this? So this was launched by Union Agriculture Minister Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan from Odisha. Okay, so initially the first time like this program was initiated from Odisha, but this program will work in 20 states. Okay, what is the aim behind it? Dekho, a lot of development or a lot of research is happening in the laboratories, right? Where scientists are from day to night, they are working on varieties which can be utilized or which can give us better productivity and which are climate resilient. Then there are a lot of machineries that are being made, right? Apart from that, research is that how can we have best intercultural operations that can be performed on the land so that we can have the best possible result, right? A lot of things are happening on the in the lab, right? In the laboratory. But when you look at the ground level, these things are not being implemented. Why? Because the farmers are not that much educated, the farmers are not that much aware, right? So this is the lab where the scientists are working, and this is the land where the people, where the farmers are actually working, right? So there's a huge gap. So to bridge that gap, there is the concept of extension education that was developed, right? So in extension education, basically extension officers, whatever knowledge, the new knowledge that is being that has been learned in lab, they go to the land and then they impart this knowledge. Okay. In fact, Krishi Vigyan Kendra was established in India because of that reason only. Okay. KVK is an important concept of your ARD static also. So this is the normal thing that is going. Okay. Now to speeden up this process, or to have better impact of this, what the government has decided, they decided that they are going for a 15 days campaign, and in this 15 days campaign they have formed a team of scientists. Okay, and let me tell you, there are around 16,000 scientists that are in that team. Of course, that team will work in various sub units, and they would go to different parts of the states, right? But the aim is that in this 15 days under the Krishi Viksit Krishi Sankalp Abhiyan, the team of scientists, they would go to the farmers, they would teach them new things as per their the climatic condition that exists there, the resources availability that is there, right? They would interact with them, they would tell them the new things that they can experiment on their land, right? And on the other hand, when ab dekho, this is the two-way process where on land lab everything was learned and it was not getting to the land, right? The opposite was also happening. Whatever problem the farmers are facing, or maybe they might be have a feedback on whatever new research or new product has been made, right? How this feedback will go back to the scientists, that was also concerned. Of course, again, these extension system that we had, that used to help, but then again to speeden it up, right? So what will happen, on one hand scientists are going to teach the the farmers, right? On the other hand, the farmers will also give the feedbacks or the concerns concerns they have related to agriculture to the scientists so that they can further think about it or do something about it. Okay, so all in all, this is the scenario. So all in all, what is this news all about? So our Union Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, he launched this Viksit Krishi Sankalp Abhiyan from where? From Odisha, but it is a 15-day campaign where in 20 states it will be, you know, this project will be launched, and where farmers and scientist team, they would interact with each other. The key objectives are educating farmers about the modern technologies, okay, for major kharif crops. What is this kharif crop? So kharif is the season. We have majorly, we have 3 season in India: kharif season, rabi season and जायद season. ठीक है, इसको आप शॉर्ट में ये भी बोल सकते हो, खरीफ सीजन इज योर मॉनसून सीजन, रेनी सीजन जो अभी चल रहा है, राइट, एंड रबी इज योर विंटर सीजन, जायद इज दैट शॉर्ट आपका स्प्रिंग सीजन होता है बिफोर द समर, वेयर यू नो फॉर 40-45 days सच क्रॉप्स जैसे वाटरमेलन और cucumber, दी शॉर्ट क्रॉप्स दे आर ग्रोन. ठीक है, तो वी बट इफ वी हैव टू लुक एट मेजर 2 सीजन, वी हैव रबी एंड खरीफ सीजन. तो भी मॉनसून सीजन इज currently, you know, it just soon to start, right? So the farmers, they will sow seeds now, right? So before that, you know, this campaign has been run so that modern technologies what are there, those can be imparted to the farmers so that they can now when they are going to sow the new batch of seeds, they would be aware of that. ठीक है, raising awareness about beneficial government schemes and policies, not only about the scientific research but also about raising this awareness among the farmers by the team about the schemes where subsidies are given to farmers, right, where various benefits are given to farmers so that they can do proper farming on their land. All those will also be informed to them, awareness will be given to them about the policies so that they can get benefited, right? Guiding farmers on using soil health cards. Now what are soil health cards? Basically what is done, देखो, there are 17 essential nutrients that are there, ठीक है, which plants require to complete their life cycle. ठीक है, now some field might lack some of the nutrients, and let me tell you, if none of these, if even one of the nutrient is missing, you will see that effect in the plant. I mean, there will be some deficiency symptom that you will see in the plant. So it is very important that all these minerals are provided to the plant. ठीक है, अब now in a field maybe there is one or two minerals unavailable, or maybe in very less quantity, we don't know that, and farmer is seeing that plant is not growing properly. So what they do, they usually they go for urea, whatever problem that happens, they just add urea into the field to get the result. But urea only will give you nitrogen, but what about the other minerals if they are deficient, if they lack, right? So it's very important that whenever you sow any crop, you should first check the health of the soil, ठीक है, that what are the nutrients that are unavailable in them, so that you can actually give proper fertilizers into the field which are actually required. ठीक है, so this is what this scenario of soil health is, and for that soil health cards, so basically एक certificate होता है ना, जैसे for example you have ration card, you have passport, you have a certain sort of book, similar to that you get one soil health card which explains everything about your field, the deficiencies, how you can, you know, properly work on that, what crops can you grow on your field, all these things. ठीक है, so guiding farmers on using soil health card, because it will actually help the farmer to understand that what crops will give them best result in the kind of soil they have, and also the balanced fertilizer application, as I said before, to provide with that particular fertilizer which is for the nutrient which is actually lacking in the field. ठीक है, तो ये सारी चीजें, and also this was for educating the farmers, but in return scientists will also have the learning. They will be collecting feedback to understand farmer led innovation, and also, you know, what are their concerns in the agriculture sector, and then working towards it. ठीक है, so that was about the first news. Now coming to the second news, it says center imposed wheat stock limits to prevent hoarding. What does it mean? अब देखो, usually it happens, first we look from the perspective of a consumer. ठीक है, what happens when there is lack of certain food product in the market? So whatever, definitely whatever amount that whatever be the quantity that is present in the market, it will become costlier, right? Simple as that. Now to avoid that, because especially if we talk about wheat, there are certain crops which are, you know, staple food in our country. For example wheat, for example rice, even for that matter potato, tomato and onion, right? For every vegetable, right, potato, onion and tomato are being utilized in one way or another, even in the case of like while cooking lentils also, right? So for especially for these, Of course, there are other crops also, whatever is being hoarded, such steps are taken, but especially for such staple crops which are there, which are, pretty much demanded in our country, government, they keep on checking that if the availability of all these crops are properly there in the market or not, because if not, then the seller can charge whatever price, and then the consumer would have to buy, right? So to take care of the rights of the consumer, such steps are taken. So basically what the government have said, because currently what has happened, the yield of wheat are being now bought by the stakeholders, right? So government has clearly told them that they can have only certain amount with them, okay, so that they don't collect extra, so that there is no there is no lacking of these crops in the market, especially in this case wheat. Okay, so there is no deficiency of wheat in the market, okay. So that is why government has said that till 31st March 2026, the traders and wholesalers who deal with the wheat stock, they can hoard up to 3000 metric ton, okay, not more than that. Retailers only 10 metric ton per retail outlet, and whoever are the big chain suppliers, up to 10 MT per retail outlet, with a maximum aggregate of 10 MT multiplied by whatever number of outlets they have. And processors, who are processors, they go for the above all, they were directly selling you the grains, right? But processor are, for example, some companies, they deal with converting wheat into wheat flour, okay, atta banana, right? So processors are those stakeholders which take grains, wheat grains, but then they get it converted into something else and then sell into the market. So for them, it is said 70% of the monthly installed capacity, means whatever machines they have installed for this conversion, whatever they are making, right? 70% of monthly installed capacity multiplied by the remaining months of financial 25-26, only this much they can stock with themselves. This is to avoid hoarding, so that they don't collect extra, and there is no lacking of wheat in the market for the consumers, okay. So this has been announced by the government under what, under your stock limit and movement restriction on specified foods of amendment order 2025. And if somebody violates, okay, they would then have punishable, they have to face punishable action under section 6 and 7 of the Essential Commodities Act 1955. And there is also one norm that every Friday they would have to share with the government how much they are stocking. There is an online website for them, in that they would have to update again. And currently, because currently only in the May end only this order has been passed, so government has given 15 days to declare how much they have, and if they have extra from what has been like mentioned by the government, they would have to take care of that. They would have to reduce it to the level. Up now they have to sell, they would sell it or do whatever, but they have to come to this particular level, okay. Why government do that? So that the consumer rights can be protected, and they can have enough of enough of wheat in the market for them to buy, okay, and that too at an affordable rate, okay. So that was the second news. And coming to the third news of today and the last news of today, a stakeholder consultation of Viksit Krishi. तो देखो बताओ क्या बात है कि government, they are going for Viksit Bharat, and their aim is 2047. Like, this is the target that they've kept for yourself, right? And India, which is predominantly, it is dependent on agriculture. We cannot be a Viksit Bharat if our farmers, they are not developed, they are not Viksit, right? So a lot of, like, first news we looked at that how scientist teams are now, will go to farms to teach farmers about the new technologies. On that note only, okay, there is another, like, another initiative under the same Viksit Krishi Abhiyan, which was held in Nagpur, where what our union minister they did, they launched some of the you can say programs, or some of the I can say equipments that would help that would help to incorporate technology in the agriculture section, ठीक है. जैसे क्या हुआ है, आई विल जस्ट लेट यू नो. फर्स्ट इज नेशनल सॉइल स्पेक्ट्रल लाइब्रेरी वाज इनॉग्रेटेड, ठीक है. दिस इज अंडर डिजिटल एग्रीकल्चर, ठीक है. तो गवर्नमेंट इज ट्राइंग दैट मोर एंड मोर digitalization that happens in agriculture. Just in first news, I explained you about the soil health card, right? Where what happens, scientists, they used to come to the field, they used to collect soil, and even that was a very tedious process. It was not like that the scientists would come and randomly take soil and then they go back and check. No, they would divide the farm and from random places they pick up the soil so that they can have a wholesome overview of the field that the farmer has. Then they used to use the classic chemicals, then they would used to derive whatever be the results are. Okay, so that was a time consuming process also. Okay, now what will happen with national soil spectral library, because of this what happens here, the AI use will happen, artificial intelligence ka use hoga, and by this method what will happen, just because of a scanner or with the help of camera, of course AI integrated with this particular technology, whenever the farmer he would just click the picture of his soil, or just show the QR to that particular soil. Because of then AI tools, the scanning of the soil will done online only, and AI will explain everything how this is done. You might be thinking, तो अब इसमें जैसे infra red जो आपकी electromagnetic rays है, you can say from the light it comes. I don't want to go much in technicalities or scientific terms because those are not important from examination point of view, but just to get an idea, spectroscopy होती है where what happens, like with the help of electromagnetic rays you can get a lot of idea of the matter whatever you're looking at, and in this case it is the soil. So ये वाला concept, all in all, if you have to understand the basics, so in National Soil Spectrum Library with the help of AI tools, this checking up of the soil can happen much priorly. ठीक है, तो वो जो भी उससे क्या होगा, the QR code whatever be the soil it will be scanning, so at the back end the data will be fed on the National Soil Spectrum Library, and then that AI tool will immediately, or you can say in fraction of seconds, it will just cross check in this library, and whatever suits the best condition, on that basis it will declare whatever soil type it is or whatever nutrient deficiency or how to overcome this, everything is there. Okay, this National Soil Spectrum Library, it is developed by ICAR, National Bureau of Soil Survey and Land Use Planning, Indian Institute of Soil Science एंड इंडियन एग्रीकल्चर रिसर्च इंस्टीट्यूट, इन तीनों इंस्टीट्यूट के द्वारा बनाया गया है. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट देयर वर अदर सम things that were launched. ठीक है, one AI based smart trap for pink ball, it was launched. So what is the basic idea? So basically first of all there will be a trap, ठीक है, and with the help of pheromones these insects they would come to it. What are pheromones? These are such pheromones are, you can say, these are such volatile substance that create some fragrance, and the insects they just get attracted towards it. Okay, so what will happen in that trap, pheromones will be there, these insects will get attracted. Okay, and there will be one camera on that trap. Okay, and then what will happen, that camera will scan, as you can see in the second picture, how many these insects are there. Okay, it will not take any action until that threshold it reach. What does it mean? Dekho, you need to understand that it's not like that the farmer even see one insect and he will spray the insecticide in the field. No, so there is a certain limit till which even if insects are present they don't damage the overall yield, but if that threshold is crossed then definitely the farmer will bear the loss. Okay, so what the camera will do, it will not take any action, ठीक है, for a certain while when they are in the controllable limit, the insects are in controllable limit. But when the camera will observe that in this trap a lot of insects are there, it means it reflects the surrounding. It means in the surrounding also there are a lot of insects now that are there, right? So what the camera will do, it will then give a notification it will identify the insect and it will give the notification to the farmer. Then now it is time to take some action, and then it will suggest that what can be done with it. So it's also incorporating technology into agriculture. Very interesting, very important. ठीक है, तो ये सारी चीजें क्या है इस बारे में बात हुई. ठीक है, it was developed by ICAR, Central Institute of Cotton Research. ठीक है, क्योंकि पिंक बॉलवर्म किसको इफेक्ट करता है, आपका कॉटन को करता है. प्लीज कीप दैट इन माइंड. इन एग्जामिनेशन मे बी in the ARD static format it can come stating about pink bollworm or cotton, like somehow their relation. ठीक है, तो इस चीज को आपको ध्यान रखना है. और आपको ये जो सॉइल जो हमने पीछे का देखा है, जो लाइब्रेरी है, ये पार्ट ऑफ आपका नेटवर्क प्रोग्राम इन प्रिसीशन एग्रीकल्चर है. व्हाट इज प्रिसीशन एग्रीकल्चर? इट इज द यूज ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन एंड कम्युनिकेशन टेक्नोलॉजी. ऑल इन ऑल जो भी आपकी ये डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजीज वी हैव करंटली, दैट टू यूज इन एग्रीकल्चर. ठीक है, सो दैट वाज अबाउट इट. ठीक है, वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग न्यूज आई वुड से दिस इज. ठीक है, हाउ मॉडर्नाइजेशन वी आर इनकॉपरेटिंग इन एग्रीकल्चर. नाउ लेट्स डू सम क्वेश्चन. क्वेश्चन 1 is recently the National Soil Spectral Library, part of agriculture digital agriculture initiative, was developed अंडर विच ऑफ द प्रोग्राम, कौन से प्रोग्राम के अंडर हुई है, इस चीज़ का ध्यान रखना, ठीक है, दैट इट इज़ अंडर नेटवर्क प्रोग्राम ऑन प्रिसीजन एग्रीकल्चर, वी जस्ट read about it, ठीक है. Recently the Viksit Krishi Sankalp Abhiyan was launched from which state? I really want to highlight, you might read various news that in Maharashtra it was launched from certain area, or in Punjab it was launched in certain area. You need to understand that the first launch has been done from Odisha, but yes, as I said, that in 20 states this campaign will be run in 15 days, right? So definitely in every state from some region it will be launched, right? So don't get confused. The first it has been launched from Odisha. Next is, recently which of the following was not a key objective of the Viksit Krishi Sankalp Abhiyan? First is promote usage of soil health card, ठीक है. Second, educating farmers on kharif technology, promoting organic farming certification, awareness about government schemes, yes, gathering farmers feedback, ठीक है. Organic farming certification का अभी तक ऐसा कोई इसमें mention नहीं है, that is why it is the wrong answer, ठीक है. Question 4, the weak stock limit for retailers imposed under आपका essential commodity एक्ट कितना फिक्स किया है अभी फिलहाल के लिए? 10 MT किया है. एंड दिस इज अ होमवर्क क्वेश्चन फॉर यू ऑल, ठीक है. ICAR इंस्टीट्यूट ने जो नेशनल सॉइल स्पेक्ट्रम बनाया है वो किस किस ने साथ में मिलकर बनाया है, ठीक है. सो दैट इज ऑल इन दिस वीडियो. आई होप यू लाइक्ड इट. फॉर मोर सच वीडियोस you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and join our Telegram channel to get the PDF of this and every lecture that we provide here on YouTube. Thank you everybody for watching the session. All the very best for your exam.